Thank you very much, Kolbok and Mickey. And I guess this is why you don't give a lot of kills to your Nami, because Malfa can just press R and cash in on all of this gold. Thank you so much. I'm having Caps and BB with me. We're going to do like a small version of a PGL. And even though Mickey was here for the fun stuff, I've got you here for a little bit of the deeper stuff. Thank you for joining me, guys, both of you. I want to ask you a little bit, since you're coming in with a win, first day of the split, I want a little bit of your reflections over from winter to spring to MSI. Caps, we'll start with you.
Sure. I think coming out of the back in winter split, we were very explosive, very aggressive. We won so many games and just like complete stomps. A lot of like the Draven games, especially. And I think going into spring, I wouldn't say we got complacent, but I think we were kind of just like relying on the same thing. And eventually people kind of found like a solid answer, and we weren't able to pull off these like mega stomps as much anymore. And I think what we worked a lot on at MSI and what we worked a lot on like this last week as well of scrims is that we play like reliable ways of getting advantages that are not just like from super early game leads. So now we are able to do the early game get super far ahead, but also if we don't get that, we still have very reliable ways of just like, as we saw right now, just getting like 2k lead at 14 minutes, win Drake fights later in the game. We're getting just much better at all the basics.
And Bibi, any reflections after MSI?
I have. We had a lot of reflections. I think as a team, we had a lot of really, really good talks. I think this MSI really showed us that we can be competitive with the best in the world based on scrims and also the stage games. I feel like they were really competitive. And now it's going to be up to us to be very disciplined in Europe, to take it to the next level here, to be ready in the next international tournament. And I think today was a good indicator. I think the enemies had a really, like, you press one button and someone can die kind of comp. And I think we were very cautious already. So it showed already a lot of discipline in the game. I think what's more important, though, is going to be how we deal with, everyday life, training and stuff like that. And I think right now we're keeping up a very, very good job. Also, shout out to our staff members for that. And to the players, right, who stick to, the schedule and like stuff like that and don't get complacent.
And a lot of these things are very easy on paper, right? Like stick to a schedule, stick to a healthy diet or whatever it is that's keeping you motivated and keep on going. And there's been like the same sort of thing that has plagued you for so long when it comes to international tournaments. But you guys have been in the scene for so long at this point. How do you overcome this hurdle of being competitive all the way to the end? Because you have been into the finals as well, but you just couldn't overcome that. What's happening now?
I think the fun thing with League is that it's like always changing and your opponents are always getting a lot better. So you have to become even better than that. And again, I think sometimes you, especially when you're winning, you kind of just go down like the autopilot stuff. You kind of just autopilot the same strategies that worked and the same kind of ideas. But you kind of need to keep innovating. You need to keep changing and adding new stuff. And I think we really saw that at MSI that the LPL and LCK teams were very strong and they had a lot of edges, but we copied a lot of them and we are looking to expand even further on them.
Copy and do it even better. Copy their homework and show them that you're doing it better. And BB, I've heard from a little birdie that you're taking a little bit more of a leadership role when it comes to G2 in and out of the Rift. How important is that for you, for the team to flourish now with that?
I think last year we had Jankos, who kind of took this role as a leader. He usually spoke up when he had to, and I really respected that, to have a teammate like that. I've had many leaders on my previous teams before, and I think on this team, it was kind of given to me, but not only by my teammates, I think, but also by my staff. And I was happy to accept this kind of role, right? And there's obviously a lot of responsibility that comes to that. So I'm doing the speeches, for example, which I really enjoy doing anyway. I'm a very optimistic person, so I can say a lot of motivational speeches, which for me is very nice. And I think I can view the room very objectively without many emotions. Obviously, I can also sometimes get frustrated, right? Just because I'm in this role as like leading the team. But I feel like I'm very good at it. And again, our staff members are really good at keeping me as well on check if I ever behave wrong. And I really appreciate that. I think not many players have the opportunity to work with such great individuals.
It's great to hear the trust that you guys put in BB and he puts in you, and the whole friendship that you guys seem to have as long IRL and in game. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for being so open in these questions. I wish you all the best for the rest of the split. And as for us, Fnatic's new bot lane will be in action in our final game of the day versus Astralis. So let's hear the thoughts on joining the new team.
Oh, guys. Guys. Would you?
Wait, are we allowed to have a window open in our room?
No, you're not.
Why not?
No way!